Welcome, this is Melissa Shaw with Our Generation, where we educate, empower, and inspire. And I'm excited for my guests. We've been trying to plan this, I feel like, all year.
Yes, it has been.
So welcome, Ebony. And before we get into that, I just want to let you guys know that I will be hosting some more workshops coming up. So please stay tuned on my Facebook page at Melissa Shaw. And Instagram is Our Generation 19, and check out my website at projectourgeneration.org. And I also want to give a shout out to P30 for allowing me to do this here. It's a beautiful space. If you guys haven't checked them out, they're actually getting ready to celebrate their 1-year anniversary this month. So definitely a dope place to check out. And also for my business owners, in biz, if you go on there, you can get a $20 pass to where you can visit 3 different co-working spaces. It's $20 a month. It's Speak Easy, this one, and then there's another one that I can't remember what the name.
That's nice.
So definitely check out InBiz because there's always good places to network and also be able to get out of the house if you work from home, just to be able to have a different environment. So with that, we will turn it over to Miss Ebony. Hello.
Hello.
You actually attended my very first workshop of the content creation.
I did, and it was wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful. I learned a lot of new things. I'm not one that really do the content and all that. I learned some awesome things. So
have you been able to utilize any of it?
I sure have.
That's the point. Because my biggest thing for me, the reason why I wanted to do it is because sometimes we're out and about and we could be taking content, but we don't because one, we don't know how, and two, we don't have the proper tools to be able to do it. And when I was able to get that little tripod and then she showed me how to do certain things, I said, oh, it's over. I would be everywhere in the city by myself, just posted up, taking pictures.
It was fun. I've been working. I'm still trying to get the hang of it, but I think a couple more weeks I'll be.
Yeah. Have you done the Lens Buddy yet? Have you used that?
I haven't did that yet.
Okay, so you use
Not
a little
yet.
clicker.
But but I haven't done that. But the cut.
Yeah. CapCut.
Yeah.
Yes.
That I have.
Yeah.
That was nice. So.
Yes. I know. I've been seeing you posting stuff. Look at her.
Trying.
And I feel like it takes the pressure off because you don't have to be perfect. It's just getting out there and letting people see just you even trying to learn it. Let them see what that looks like.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about you and your business, where you're from, and then what your business is.
All right. So my name is Ebony Ligon from Indianapolis, Indiana. So I have a home care agency, Compassionate Senior Care. It's my baby. I also have a nonprofit, Sunflowers Bundles of Joy Foundation. I'm working on some other things also. I'm buying homes now for the seniors and the vets and everything. So I'm doing that. And I got a couple other little things under the rug. So I'm excited.
Nice. So what made you get into home health care?
So, it's a story.
And that's why I'm like, what does my show say? Well, there's always a story.
It is a story. So I did not know that I was going to actually do this. So me and my grandmother were very close. She passed in 2020. But I've always been around the seniors. I always loved to just hang with them, do the activities. I just always loved that. But before this, I was a mechanical engineer. I did insurance. I did all of that. I actually started, let me take you back to the story. So years ago, I got into some trouble. I ended up catching a felony, facing so many, and getting locked up. Got that taken care of, but I didn't let that obstacle stop me. I did not know that I was going to do healthcare. I did a cleaning service before I did the healthcare. It was Sunshine's cleaning service. So how I got that started was because I could not find a job. I had a felony, so it was hard to find a job. I couldn't do engineering anymore. In the health field, I couldn't get do any of the clinicals or any of that because of my background. But I still didn't let that stop me. I ended up I went to one house actually out in Geis, and she let me clean it. and she gave me $200, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like
Right.
it wasn't even nothing to be clean. So I'm like, okay, well, I know I have a child I have to take care of. I'm just gonna have to hustle and try to figure out a way. So then her neighbor wanted me to do her home also. So I'm like, okay, 2 homes. And that's when I was like, okay, I need to try to make a business out of it because I'm gonna need insurance. What if I break something or whatever? So I end up getting the LLC, doing that. After that, I end up start cleaning homes, and then so I did residential and commercial. So I had the Davidas, I had like different buildings. So I'm like, oh, okay, this is amazing, but it still was not my passion. It was something that I had to do because I couldn't find a job. So end up needing a place to stay, end up going to these 1 apartments, and I'm like, hey, I don't have a job, but I need somewhere to stay. I didn't want to go back home to my mom, and I'm like, hey, but look, I'm a good hustler. I know I can make this payment. So she's like, baby, no, I can't, and I'm like, I can't be homeless. I have a son. And then that's around the time where I'm like, I'm starting to kind of clean, but I really didn't have my contracts or anything yet. So I'm like, okay, how am I gonna show this lady? So she ended up calling me back and was like, baby, I prayed about it. I can get in trouble with doing this, but I'm gonna allow you to move in. And at that time, like, I didn't have Section 8, wasn't on food stamps, wasn't on anything. So it's like, okay, Lord, I need some assistance. So she came right on time. She ended up calling me back. I moved in. And it seemed like after that, I started getting contracts, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be able to have my rent, you know? So started doing that for a while, and that went great, but it still really wasn't what I wanted to do. It still, I kept going back to the seniors, and I'm like, I'm doing this for free, but I love doing this. Like, I love being around the elderly. So I started doing the cleaning more, start getting more contracts, and still trying to keep my mind focused because I'm still dealing with my situation, being locked up, going back and forth to court, trying to figure out, okay, am I gonna get locked back up, or what's gonna happen? So, but I still didn't let that stop me. I started doing hair products. I have natural hair, so I started selling my hair products, and I started selling earrings. And I'm like, I'm gonna make some money some kind of way.
Oh, that's right.
Then I end up going to insurance. They gave me a chance. I was like, look, I know I have this background, but look, y'all gonna love me. Everybody loves me. I'm Queen E, you know.
Right.
So he was like, oh, well, I don't know. And like a day before the actual classes started, they end up calling me. So I end up working there, and I'm like, okay, everything is working. I worked there, but it still wasn't what I really wanted to do. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna keep on focusing on what I'm trying to focus on. 2018 came, that's when I got my LLC for compassionate senior care, but I didn't do anything with it. Like, I did all my paperwork and everything like that, but 2020 came, and then that's when I actually quit my job, and I just walked out. It was like, okay, you know what, I'm done. I didn't have a client, I didn't have anything, but one thing I do have is faith. So I'm like, okay, Lord, you my homie, So I talked to God, and I'm like, Lord, look, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm CNA. I knew I can go back to engineering because I end up getting it expunged. Nice. So I'm like, I know I can go back to engineering. I know I can do insurance, CNA. I know I can do different stuff. So, and I'm like, okay, I got that mindset where I'm gonna keep on keeping on. So if this don't work, I'm going to be able to do this, but I wouldn't know if it's not going to work if I don't try it. So I took a big risk, jumped out, quit my job, and that 2020 March, that's when I got my first client. So I'm up to like 100 employees now, and it's going great.
That's awesome.
So
I love that.
Yes. So we've been through a lot, but didn't let anything stop me. So I've been through the abusive relationships, getting locked up, but none of that, any obstacle that came my way, I still make sure that I kept going and didn't give up.
How were you able to do that?
So it was my mindset. And it was days where it was like I didn't feel like doing it, and I felt like giving up. But then I had a son also that I can't give up because I have this child and he didn't ask to be here. So now, since me and Dad's not together, I have to make sure I keep a right mindset. Now, there was days where I was all over the place and didn't want to do anything, didn't want to get out of bed. But any obstacle, it was like, okay, no matter what obstacle come my way, Ebony, you have to overcome it. And I'm like, if I can overcome the abusive relationships, if I can overcome me being locked up, and I know if they gonna give me this amount of years or what's gonna go on, and then some other stuff happen, and so I'm like, I can overcome anything. So I just stayed focused, and I knew that at the end of the tunnel something bright was gonna be there. So me just keeping focused and staying true to myself, not trying to be something that I'm not. Being honest and open, because first I wouldn't talk about it at first. So at first it was kind of like, oh, I don't want nobody to know that I was locked up, or I don't want nobody to know that I had a felony or this and that. But once I start being like, okay, Ebony, that is a part of you, it helped me move, how I needed to move. So it helped me stay focused and grounded, and especially with my son. So.
And I love that. And as you was talking, it made me think, like, you kept reminding yourself, or you kept, even a lot of times when we deal with trauma or traumatic situations, we push them away. But sometimes that can be used as a fuel to help move us even further. By, like you said, oh, I've been through this, I've been through that, so this right here, if I can do that, I definitely can do this. And sometimes we forget what we've been through. I know I was talking with my mentor about a month or so ago, and I was in a space, a crazy weird headspace, and he was like, do you not realize that in February you had your last surgery on your eye, that you had an accident a year and a half ago? He was like, and I was like, you know what, I forgot. Not that I forgot, but I just started, how we just move. We move through life, and we just keep pushing, and we forget certain things that we overcame. And then it was like, wow, thank you for reminding me, because what I'm dealing with and the space that I was in was nothing compared to what I went through. So if I went through that, I definitely can, get out of this headspace. So it's important for us to, remind ourselves of those things that we've been through.
And I think that's very important, because like I said, at first it was, okay, I don't want to tell anyone. I don't want anyone to know, because when nobody know that certain things that I have done, like been in the streets, doing this in the street, they're like, no, not Ebony, you're not Queen E, you're not Lil E, whatever they call me. It's like, no, I can never see Ebony do that. So it was, oh, I can't say that I did this. And then like when I got in an abusive relationship, I was always the one, oh, I would never, ever allow no man to hit me, ever. Like, how can a woman just sit there and let a man beat on them? And then once I got in that situation, it was like, like, this is crazy. How am I gonna get out of this? Like, this man is nuts. Like,
Not really.
So the bloody nose, the bloody mouth, the black eyes, being kicked in your back, being spit on, being, all that stuff, it made me stronger. And it made me like, okay, I mean, you are stronger than what you think. And then, your child's father, and, not really been able to parent well, and just people hear this side but not my side. It's like, y'all know what I'm going through, so it is important to make sure that you stay true to yourself. Know that all your obstacles that have came your way, it's okay. It's okay that you've been through this. It's okay that you've been through that. Like, you can get through it, and just believe it in yourself. And I think that was my biggest thing, that I had to believe in myself and understand that, Ebony, you're more than what you think you are. Like, you don't have to sit in this relationship and get treated like this. Like, you don't have to, just because you have a background, it does not mean that you're nothing, So yeah, I tell everyone now, because we do mentoring with my Sunflowers Bundles of Joy, and I talk to the young girls, and I'm like, it's okay that you're going through this, but know how to get out of it. It's okay that you may feel down today, but tomorrow choose to be happy. Like, it's okay. Like, it's okay to be upset with yourself, but after 10 minutes, look here, okay, look, I'm good, so just staying focused and knowing who you are, and really just, I think that's just really it. Just knowing who you are and staying focused and know that you can handle any obstacle. You just have to change your mindset.
Mindset is huge, and I know I wasn't taught that growing up. It's something that I personally had to learn, and even learning that I'm learning it more as I'm older, and just the people that I surround myself with help with that, and they help redirect you. I know of one of my mentors. He's like, when things happen, they don't happen to us; they happen for us. And a lot of times, the things that we go through, and I really thought about that when I had my car accident. It wasn't. I went through that. It wasn't for me. It was for somebody else that I was going to come in contact with. And not even a year later, a friend of mine was in a car accident. She ran into a train, and I remember her getting ready to be taken into surgery, and she's crying, talking about how scared she was. And I felt that, because I remember when I had to go to surgery,
able to be right there.
how I felt, and nobody could relate at that moment. And it hit me. It was like, this is what it was for, because she needed to have somebody that could really, really feel and relate how she felt. And so, yeah, just knowing that the things that we do go through are, majority of the time, they're not for us. They're for people that we're going to come into contact with. Yeah.
And I totally agree, because now, like, I come in contact with a lot of people where they don't like to talk about them being in an abusive relationship or being locked up, or I know a lot of people now, they have backgrounds, and it's like, well, you don't understand. It's like, hold on. Yes, I do, because I had a whole felony with no job trying to hire me. But I didn't allow that to stop me. So yeah, I can relate to you. So I can relate to a lot of people with a lot of different things.
And it's important for people to hear your story. So I commend you for even sharing it, because like you said, at some point you didn't want to, but your sharing of your story is going to help somebody that is in that place. That, because when they look at you, they don't see that, which is okay, because you want them to see the person that you really who you are, because those were just circumstances that were true, and they weren't who you were. And so being able to be seen now for your true self, and knowing that those things can help other people, is huge.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And so the Sunflowers
Bundles of Joy.
Sunflower Bundles of Joy. I love that name. What made you pick Sunflower?
So it used to be Sunshines.
Okay.
And then I like sunflowers. Like my mom's kitchen and everything used to be, just sunflowers right here. I mean, it was just sunflowers everywhere.
Right.
But so I like sunflowers, and it's just like, you're just happy when you see a sunflower,
Absolutely.
So I changed the name to Sunflowers Bundles of Joy. So we assist single parents that are in need. We get my diaper bag full of baby items. We have 6-week programs that we do. We do intergenerational learning, trying to get the youth to understand that the seniors are important. So I'm partnered with different schools, and we get them together. We do like the pen pal, where the seniors can write the students can write the seniors. Christmas times, they do the Christmas things with the seniors. Valentine's Day, do the Valentine's Day cards. So then we do also things for the seniors also. So we have like bingo months, the motivational months, where we can call the seniors. We tell them, how lovely they are, like just different things. So we do a lot of different things with the seniors. So yeah, that's what we do with Sunflowers.
I love that. So what was behind that?
I just feel like it's not a lot of real mentors, if I could say. I think I feel like sometimes mentors, instead of really wanting to help the kids or the teens or whatever, it's more of, I have to be seen, so let me do this so everybody can think I'm this, but they're not even living how they're supposed to be doing. So they're telling the teens, oh, don't sell no drugs, don't do this, and then they're on the, back in, and it's, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this, but I gotta do this so I can look good, But I truly have a passion for it, with the children, the seniors. I've always loved little kids, so I've always been I love little kids. And before I opened up the home care, my family always thought I was going to open up a daycare because we had parties everywhere. I'm always with the kids, but I love children and I love older people. So I just felt like it was just, and I started like in 2016, but it wasn't a 501c3. It was just something I loved to do. Actually, it was me and a friend. We decided to start doing diaper bags, and then she ended up moving out of town, and I'm like, hey, I still want to do this, but I want to add more to it. Is it okay? Making sure that she didn't feel no type of way. She was like, oh yeah, I'm out of town, so I continued to do it. So yeah, that was how that came about.
Yeah, I love that. I feel like I'm young adults. I think that's what my niche is. Just like today, I had a meeting with a gentleman. He was 25, and literally we was talking for an hour and a half. And he just it's like he didn't want to leave. Like, we're just talking about, he was a football player, and he got shot last year, and he went through that, and he's realizing he never processed it. And, sometimes when we're in situations like that, and like I told him, I said, it's because you was surviving. And in the moment you had to do what you have to do to get better because you wasn't walking. I said, but now is the time that now you're starting to feel that. And you're not motivated to do anything. You're stuck in your head and just different things. And I'm like, we have young people out here that are amazing.
It's a lot of young people, because I deal with the moms that I deal with that come in when they get their diaper bags and stuff and listening to their stories, and I deal with a lot of young adults too, but people are just amazing, but they don't know how amazing they are. Because when they were younger, I get a lot of moms where their moms talk to them any kind of way. So now they have children and they don't really know how to communicate with their child, because this was love, when your mom called you out your name, they thought that was love. So now they have children, it's like, hey, and it's not. But I hear a lot of different stories, and I'm like, you just don't know how amazing you are, but they don't believe it.
No.
So
and I feel like it's our job to make sure. Like, I had a meeting with someone a few months ago, and I was like, I would love to have a community center that is just run by them. Because they don't have anything that they can just pour into and create and be like, this is for us, literally us, and we're running it. So I was like, yeah, we're going to work on that.
Like, to get more people that really, truly care, and it's not I got to get famous to do this, I feel like that's what we need more of. More people that really have that pure heart, that really want to help the youth. And I have a son, he's 16, and it's hard raising a boy. Very, very hard, because I can only teach him so much. He needs that manly figure. And I think it just needs to be more men out here that is able to assist. A lot of them, I'm not gonna say it's not none out here, but like the programs that some moms can't afford, so if more men step up and volunteer, hey, like, I'm big brother, or I'm uncle, or I'm, and really can show the young boys and even some of these teens, if we can get more women coming together. And I think that's what our issue is. We don't come together. Everyone wants to do everything by themselves instead of coming together, and not knowing that if we come together, for one, we can help way more people. We can do a lot. We can do a lot of things if we come together and don't. I feel like now a lot of people just want to be that. Oh, it's me. I did this. Instead of, it's a group of us that did this. And
it's funny. I feel like this has been a theme on several of my podcasts. Is the collaboration. People don't know how to collaborate
at all,
and I feel like it's important. I want to create a community of those nonprofits that want to collaborate and show them how it can be done. Now, is it going to be perfect? No. Are we going to have issues? Probably, but nobody's ever seen it. And if they have tried it, they've hit those roadblocks and then they stop. They don't work through it. And so we also need to be able to teach people how, okay, you're going to have a difference of opinion, and that's okay. There's going to be conflict, but I wouldn't talk conflict resolution. And then how are we going to teach our kids? I mean, because we're all not going to be on the same page all the time, and that's okay. But how do we work through that? Being able to teach the next generation how to have those proper communication, and it's okay to disagree, but what are we going to do with it? We still have to hear each other out. We still have to come to an agreement, because the bigger scheme of things, we all want to help. And that's really what it boils down to. And how can we partner together to be able to have, like you said, a bigger impact and be able to help more people?
That would be so good if we could. Another thing also that I'm looking at when I do talk to like business owners, and I always tell them this whole I gotta click with only this crew, or I gotta click on it, like, needs to stop. And I think that's what kind of hinders us, you know. Like you said, we're working together, because if this person don't like this person, but this person don't even know why they don't like this person.
Right? Like, what? Are you kidding
But
me?
it's, oh, well, this is my friend, so since my friend don't like you, I'm not gonna like you. But then it's like, but then we want to teach the youth and teach this, but the adults, like, so I feel like sometimes the adults, we have to learn how to communicate, how to be able to, okay, what is the issue? Why do you have a problem with me? And be able to talk it out, not put it on Facebook, not talk to this person. Oh, don't talk to her. And it's like, okay, we're too grown for that. And that's
have
what.
those uncomfortable conversations.
Yes.
I don't like uncomfortable conversations. I'll be the first one to say it. I will avoid it at all costs, but I have been put in situations where I've had to, and I've seen growth from myself by doing that, because it's inevitable. It's gonna happen. And if we avoid things, then we're no better than the generation that's before us. You know, I feel like our generation we are such at a pivotal point that we can do so much more and really set our next generation up better than we would set up.
Oh yes, I definitely agree with that.
But it's just going to take people willing
to work together.
And even if it's a small group, 2 or 3, nonprofits that do it, and we say, look, y'all, we can do it, so it can be done.
I think if we can start putting the awareness out and get people that really, because people would say one thing but really don't want to do it, but they'll say it. But if we can get people that really want to work together and really want to try to help that next generation, and I think it can work. We just gotta get, like I said, with the whole clicking thing. Like, I'm so sick of seeing that. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, I'm in the home care agency, and when I say it's just so much drama for no reason, it's just like, okay, we're supposed to be in this field to assist, but yet you talking about this home care agency, this like, it's just a whole mess. But if we all come together, as far as with home care or dealing with people that are mentors, we all come together and not try to be so cliquish, I think it will work. We just gotta, as adults, kind of get that together.
When we go after grants, if the foundation sees, okay, there's like 5 nonprofits that are banding together, we want to give y'all the money. You know, it's gonna make a huge presence. And it's gonna make people sit up and be like, okay, what are they doing over there? Like, they really. But it's because we're working together, because we all can have the same mission and vision, but we all go about it differently. And we bring our own personality, so people are going to connect with you versus connect with me, and vice versa.
Yep, I totally agree.
So being able to capitalize on that, use the strengths that we all have, versus looking at, it's not even about that. When you boil down to it, because those kids need help.
They do.
Across the board.
I'm at one school now, and I go there, and when I say the group that I have a class, and that group, I love my babies, but they need that they need that love, and the kids are going through so much, and I feel like teachers are not understanding also, because a lot of teachers are going through a lot, so they come to school with all their drama, but then the students come. I got students that's in my class that, they may not have ate the day before, so they coming in with an attitude, and the teacher, what you have an attitude for? Not knowing, okay, look, they got some problems. Instead of, hey, what is going on? It's an instant, okay, they have an attitude, we need to put them out, we're gonna send them here, instead of just really talking to them. So in the schools, we need that, people coming together, and I feel like even the teachers need, assistance, therapy, and certain things, because they bring stuff to the schools and they're not in their right mindset. So how are you going to expect the kids, like they're kids, if you can't handle what
then
you can handle?
I'm sure
How
no,
do
they
you
can't.
think, so you can't get mad at them when they got things going on, but you got things going on too. But it's okay for you to have an attitude with them. But the moment they have one is, oh, you disrespectful. Oh, no, sit here and ask them, why did you come in here mad? Why do you have your head down? Why are you not listening? Why don't you want to be, why don't you want to do your work? Talk to them. And the schools now is just, okay, we got to do your work, and that's it. It's like, no, we got to get it together. So like in my class, we talk about life. We talk about the boys. We talk about everything. And it's like, okay, it's a woo side when I go to Miss Ebony class, because I can sit and cry and then go ahead and do my work. And she allows me to sit, to the side to get myself together. It's not you need to have this done now. And it's like, okay, look, get yourself together, I'll give you 10 minutes, and then let's come back here and work it out. So we all, I think as a whole, just need to just really get it together, so our next generation, we can, because man, I got a son.
And my daughter, she just graduated, and even her friends, her close friends, my house has become the house where they want to come to, and I'm fine with that. Like her, couple of her guy friends was a few nights ago. She texted me, and they all call me mom, which I love. And it's like, well, he's coming over to spend the night. I'm like, okay, fine. Like they know that, and they say that they like being there because they feel safe. And I talk to them, and I listen to them. And one of them was struggling with depression, and he talked about suicide.
Ooh, that is so bad now.
I texted him. I didn't really know what to say, but all I said was just know that you are worthy, and that you are valued, and that you being here is important. And we need to hear that, because when we're in those spaces, that's the first thing we think of is nobody will care from here. I will. Like, I don't care what everybody else says, but I'll care if you're not here. So even being able to provide that, because like generations now they don't want to go to college. So what are they going to do? Which is fine with that. Like, not everybody's cut out for college. So what happens to them? Where is their guidance? Where is because the parents are like, I'm done. You get out of my house. Which, I mean, I get to a point.
And a lot of them that don't want to go to college, like, they're so smart. They have so many talents. If we just sit down and, okay, look, this is what you can do. Like my son, he don't want to go to college. Now, he talked about it. He's like, Mom, I just don't want to have that many loans like you have your loans. You always talk about your loans. Like, I got to pay this loan. But he's like, Mom, I just want to get a trade, and I want to have my own business. I'm like, okay, that's fine. But it's a lot of kids that don't want to go to college. But how can we sit down and tell them, okay, what is it that you can do? What do you love to do? And if we can just show them the way and be there, like my girls, they all have my cell phone number. In my class, we hang out outside of school. Like, I talk to the parents, hey, want them to feel comfortable with me. But I'm like, look, I got like 2 of my parents, they'll call when their kid is acting up. Miss Ebony, come and get her right now. And I'm like, what is she doing? I'm on my way. But we need that where, because it's hard. I'm telling you, because I got a son, and
your kids will respond. They'll respond different to other people.
Yes.
Like Tangie, she's my daughter. Like she's mentoring her now, and Tangie be telling her stuff, and I'm like,
I told you
did
that.
I tell you that last week? Are you kidding me? But it's that third party. It's like they don't care what we have to say, because you're just mom. You ain't nobody. But having that someone that's outside coming in.
That's what my mom says. It's like, I tell my daughter the same thing. I'm not understanding. I'm like, it's just how you say it sometimes too. And then like your mom is just like, they like, okay, look here, mom. But you did it. And it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Now chill out. Don't talk to your mom like that.
Exactly. Well, I appreciate you coming on my show.
No problem.
Yes.
You my girl.
Yes. And I know we still have some things that we want to do, and I haven't put that off. Like,
you better not have.
No, nobody else knows about it. It's still
look here, we got some things. We got some things.
Still something I want to do. I mean, that could even be something that we can maybe start with the youth.
That would
with
be
that
nice.
generation that's coming out of the schools.
That would be nice. That would be really nice, actually.
Because I mean, I know like even some of the ones that I've interviewed, you know, like Demont Hicks, like he's 26.
I just love him.
And then there's another group of guys called Stack Overshine. Like they've been on my show 3 times. I just adore them because they want to make an impact in they want to help their generation be financially free, have that literacy. And so why can't we empower them to empower the young ones? Because they want to do that anyway, but they need support because they don't know how to do this, you know. So just being able to support them.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, I think that would be dope.
That would be so dope.
Yeah,
Let's hear it, y'all. We dope.
Yeah.
We dope.
So stay tuned. We definitely gonna. Some things are gonna come. I feel like next year, you know, this year was the year of, like, I feel like last year was kind of preparing. This year, things are starting to ramp up, but I feel like next year, there's really gonna be.
I'm gonna be ready next
some
year.
Things
That's why I said 2020. I started this. 2021. It's like, okay, I kind of know, but not really.
Yeah.
2022 came. It's like, okay, I'm getting the hang of it now, you know. Then 2023 came. Like, oh, okay, I got it this year, but next year I'm really gonna have it. So yeah, next year I'm ready to.
I'm excited. Well, you have any tell them where they can find you at, follow you, so they can keep track of what you're doing.
For Compassionate Senior Care and Sunflowers Abundance of Joy, I am on Facebook. For Sunflowers Abundance of Joy, you have to put Sunflowers Abundance of Joy Foundation. And then Compassionate Senior Care, I'm on Facebook and Instagram. That's it.
Okay. And do you have a website? Did you say your website?
Oh, so the website for Compassionate Senior Care is ndseniorcare.com. And then for Sunflowers Abundance of Joy, it's just the name, sunflowersabundanceofjoy.org.
So how can one support you on the nonprofit side?
So you can always go to my website and go strictly there and donate, do all of that. We're actually having we had our first gala. We had a murder mystery gala. It was so wonderful.
You look gorgeous.
It was so much fun. And then we're about to have another, and you'll find that on the website and also on Facebook, December 8th. So that's another fundraiser that we're trying to raise money to do more stuff.
Nice. And then if one's wanted to utilize your service for home health care, and they can get to that on your website? Okay.
Yep. And then you can email compassionate@ndseniorcare.com. You can call 317-748-0151. That's my cell. I'm always available. Everybody
want a job, you hire.
Oh yes, I am hiring also. I'm really looking for a great client coordinator, like a solid one, someone that knows how to deal with the elderly. But my youngest client is 4, so yeah. So my youngest client is 4. So I don't just deal with the seniors.
So is that fairly new?
What, the 4-year-old?
Yeah.
No, I've been having him for a little while.
Okay, nice.
So yeah, I get people that ask for, you know, if they can get the waiver, then you can be on there.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's amazing. All right. Well, thank you all for joining us. This has been Melissa Shaw with Our Generation, where we educate, empower, and inspire. And hopefully you've been empowered by her story. I know I have. We all deal with things, and it's just important to be able to surround ourselves with people that have made an impact and are still continuing to move forward. And you know, I always got to put my plug in. If you have any legal issues, or you're trying to start a business or anything like that, please reach out to me, because the company Legal Shield can be a game changer when it comes to providing that legal support for businesses and personal. So you can get at me at Our Generation 19 on Instagram and Melissa Shaw on Facebook, and projectourgeneration.org on my website. So I will talk to you later. Okay.